Hey there, my friends. This is Baja Window to the South. My name is Jesus Castellanos, and today we are with Freddy. We are in Mexicali following all the craft beers, and this is the turn for MalBicho, Casa, Alta.
Yes.
Freddy, thanks for joining us.
Contrary. Thank you so much for thinking of us and considering us. I mean, we are always really happy to have you, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Man, where did MalBicho started? I love the name, by the way.
Thank you. MalBicho, well, I started as a home brewer. I think a lot of the brewers started as home brewers. And
Started that way, yeah.
Yes, so it all started because I was very I would criticize beer. I was very snob with the beer, and my wife was like, so why are you criticizing? Let's show us that you can make a good beer then. And so she for my birthday, she gave me a home brew kit. So that's how I started brewing, and so we were living in San Francisco back then. So we got into there was this home brewers guild over there, which was really awesome because I learned so much from them. And from there, I mean, I started working at a brewery over there called Fort Point Brewing. And from there, we decided to move down to Mexicali and open up a brewery. So that's how
you learn all that. You learn all the different basics to do the right thing to do here in Mexicali, which is beer, making beer.
I learned the basics, and it was mostly theory. But here is where I started experimenting and putting things together, because sometimes you have things in your mind, but the only way to know if it's gonna work is by actually doing it. So that's, trial and error. That's how it began. So.
And taking that, how many styles do you have on tap?
On tap, we have right now we have 6. I try to have at least 6 or 8, and it all depends. Like I said, when we first started, this was the way I wanted the brewery to be known. So they make this beer right now and they release it, and then probably next week they'll have something different. But what I found out through the years is that the consumers here in Mexico, I feel like a lot of them just want to stick to one beer, they try one beer.
One style. Yeah.
I'm not generalizing because there's other people that
curious palates.
Curious palates like
curious
us.
Palates. Yeah.
But I think for the most part, people like to just try the same beer over and over. And so right now, I'm trying to shift the way we brew, So there's some beers that people are always asking for, and now we're trying to have them.
Like
yes,
this.
Yeah, like this one. Yeah, exactly.
Man, just explain us about this beer. We cannot let you go before you explain Chamagosa.
Yeah, so Chamagosa, this was pretty much the first beer we brewed, and it's funny because back then hazy beer wasn't that big, at least not here. But I was all into hazy beer. I was
all the
crazy.
cookies were on the yard for that.
Yes, and I would look for hazy beers from other breweries, and I was just trying to get my hands on all of them, And I remember here in Mexico at first, people were not criticizing, but it's the same as in the United States, where they would say, "Oh, hazy beer is not a well-made beer, it's because it's hazy, and probably you don't know how to make beer," and all these comments. But I stuck to my guns, and because I knew what it meant. In the end, the haziness provokes something. It's not like I'm trying to make it hazy because of the look. It's mostly because of the experience,
What is going to experience someone that comes and takes Chamagosa?
Well, first of all, we use pretty much Citra. Citra and El Dorado for this beer. And I mean, what I'm trying to achieve is low bitterness, very tropical, fruity, citric sea beer, and easy to drink. I mean, I don't want something that's cloying or I mean, I want something that, because I mean, you know that Mexicali is very hot, so in the summer especially, so we need something to be drinking like all the time and something refreshing. So that's the goal with Chamagosa.
Man, give us your social media, please.
Yes, you can find us in Facebook, Cervecería MalBicho, and we're also on Instagram, Cervecería MalBicho as well. And we also have this bar, that we opened, the Casa Alta bar, which is almost like our tap room, but we're trying to offer higher options, you know, like food and drinks and all types of fun beverages.
Thank you for joining and listen to MalBicho. My name is Jesus Castellanos, and this is Baja Window to the South.